This is a production of PBS Charlotte.
Just ahead on Carolina Impact, how a local company plans to use cutting-edge technology to reinvent circuit breakers. Plus,
people are crowing about having backyard chickens these days. I'm Sheila Saints. We'll tell you what's required coming up.
And we'll take you to a local place known for beach music, and it's a shagger's paradise. Please don't go anywhere. Carolina Impact starts right now.
Carolina Impact, covering the issues, people, and places that impact you. This is Carolina Impact.
Good evening. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Amy Burkett. Many consider him to be America's greatest inventor, Thomas Edison. He developed the phonograph, the motion picture camera, and of course the light bulb. But did you know he also came up with the idea for a circuit breaker in the late 1800s? Nearly 140 years later, we're still using them in our homes and businesses. A Charlotte company has invented and is about to launch a whole new kind of circuit breaker designed to be smarter, faster, and most importantly, safer. Carolina Impact's Suzette Rhee has more.
In the world of electricity and channeling electrical energy, an arc flash explosion can be dangerous and deadly. Its impact can be disastrous for a company, a building, and of course people. Such fires have occurred for generations.
Whether it's in steel or mechanics or safeties have been innovated into their processes and their stuff to where you don't have accidents like you used to 100 years ago. But the same problems you had 100 years ago in electricity are still problems today.
Ryan Kennedy wanted to tackle that problem. Years ago, when Kennedy worked as an electrician, he saw an arc flash explosion. A native Charlottean, he pursued an engineering degree at UNC Charlotte. He was determined to find a way to prevent those explosions with a new kind of circuit breaker.
If you could switch fast enough, you could get rid of the explosion.
Kennedy says this will prevent those fires and so much more. He's the CEO of Atom Power, his company that will launch the new circuit breaker called the Atom Switch, which has been going through the rigorous UL testing and certification process. After almost 2 years of scrutiny, it's close to getting final approval and could be a game changer in the world of power distribution.
This is the first ever. The whole entire world, this has never been done before to this level. It's the fastest circuit breaker we know of in the world, and it's come out of Charlotte.
Kennedy built his first prototype in 2004, but says he had to wait for advancements in technology like more powerful computers. He also assembled a team to take this idea and innovation to a whole new level.
Creating a solid-state circuit breaker is equivalent in the electrical engineering world of creating a fusion reactor in the physics world.
There's a lot of pride amongst the team here. Who knew a commercial electrical box could be so sleek, modern, and millennial-esque?
For me, this was something where I get to design it, build it, prototype it, test it, and then even injection mold it afterwards.
As the project lead, Taylor Santor, also a UNC Charlotte graduate, has spent countless hours helping to develop the Atom Switch.
Technology being the first of its kind. So you get ground floor level entry right into a brand new product. For a mechanical engineer, it's pretty exciting.
The team works in an office in Charlotte's University City area. The engineers here will tell you this device is not a singular answer to preventing arc fires, but
it's the difference in a rotary phone and a smartphone. It really is.
I also asked him how he would explain what he does to someone who doesn't know much about electricity.
I would say that we design things that distribute electricity safe and really smart. The power has to get to the lights, gets to the receptacles from somewhere. And that somewhere is where we're at, and we're making it really safe.
There is interest in the Atom Switch and the Atom Control Panel from all over the country. In fact, there is a pending pilot program with Lockheed Martin in Washington, D.C. But Atom Power is very much homegrown here in the Carolinas and in Charlotte. And it is hoped that the first commercial project will be right here in the city.
We need help from the companies in Charlotte to help us pilot our products, to help try to see where we can integrate into our own community. We need that help. What we want to do is we want to demonstrate a product for them and show the compelling case for what the future of power distribution looks like for them, but then also to where they can show what they're doing with companies like ours to go way beyond where anyone else is today.
So far, Atom Power has already received strong support from serious investors. But once this gets certified, the company is ready for production, and that too will happen in Charlotte. And lots of folks who follow the industry have taken notice.
We could easily go to the West Coast. We could easily find pilots on the West Coast. No problem there.
But Kennedy and his team are Charlotteans. There is hometown pride and connection here. They also believe the Queen City is well suited to electrical innovation.
Especially in industries like hospitals and product distribution, where there's frequent maintenance or upgrades to their existing distribution or infrastructure. We want to be able to say, look at this alternative to, say, a motor control center. 1/4 the size, 1/2 the cost, and arc flash and blowing stuff up is gone.
So the team keeps working on its goal, testing and retesting, checking and rechecking. It appears this Charlotte company is about to launch into a new era of power distribution, channeling electricity in the new age of smart technology.
Suzette Reed joins us now. And how exciting, Suzette. Welcome to our PBS Charlotte team. We're glad to have you.
Happy to be here. Thank you.
And what an amazing story. I love it when Charlotte's Own do something incredible. And while this is awfully early, it does seem like it could be incredibly impactful to the industry.
That is their hope. This has been in incubation for years. It is happening right here in Charlotte. They're in the final stages of their UL listing certification, which is an exhaustive process. Basically, scientists are in there saying, will it rise up to this occasion, that occasion, all the safety protocols. But they are hoping that they're in the final weeks, maybe less than that, of really making it happen.
And, let's talk a little bit. We talked about it being used for commercial use. Any plans for it to be used in residential?
Well, I will tell you, because this is about moving electricity, yes. I mean, there are people in the boating industry. There are people in the, who are building planes that are interested. So I think that Atom Power will move in that direction. But right now, they're interested in the commercial building space. So that's where it will begin. And then ultimately, I think it will go in different directions, because this is truly, an epoch moment in the delivery of electricity.
Unbelievable. And probably that commercial use, they need to generate some revenue,
yes,
I'm sure, to continue to expand and grow the product.
Absolutely. It's a long time to sustain themselves on investors alone, but they have a lot of people who really believe in what they do and the millions of dollars it takes to make this happen. But they're hoping soon it will happen.
And will that soon, just as a Queen City resident, chances are it might happen right here in the Queen City for its first use?
Well, that is the hope. That is what Atom Power as a company and the staff, that's what they want to happen. But I will tell you that, it takes a progressive mindset, and that kind of pervasive progressive mindset are more intuitive perhaps in other parts of the country, because there are companies in other parts of the country that have come knocking, and Atom Power is trying to make it happen right here in the Carolinas first.
What a great business story. Suzette Ray, we appreciate your information.
Thank you.
How often have you gone to the grocery store to buy eggs and were confused about which carton to grab? There's all natural, cage-free, free range, farm fresh, organic, no hormones, omega-3s. You get the point. The reality is, most hens aren't living life on Old McDonald's farm. But some families in our area have farm fresh eggs available anytime, and they only have to go as far as their own backyard. Carolina Impact's Sheila Saints caught up with some folks in Charlotte who explain what's fun and foul about keeping pet chickens.
Every morning, Joanne Shaver's boots hit the ground, and she's off to feed the chickens. With 12 chickens, you'd think Joanne lives on a farm in the country. Actually, she lives just south of uptown Charlotte, a city dweller raising backyard chickens.
This is a Buff Orpington. Then we have 3 Barred Rock, which are the black and white ones, Rhode Island Reds, 3 of those, and then 3 of the Americana.
She says urban chickens provide fresh eggs, and hands-on learning for her children.
I think it really just gives them a sense of responsibility. They'll come down, they'll collect the eggs, and then take them back up to the house. It does teach them where their food comes from.
And they get great pleasure out of, asking for an egg in the morning, or, can I have scrambled eggs? And, they know where it came from. They know they helped produce it.
The Shavers built the coop using ideas and products from the internet. The chickens peck and roam and scratch, and each chicken has a unique name.
The kids came up with all the names. There are a couple that jump out at me being a Carolina Panthers fan. So, of course, we have Luke Cluckley, and we also have Egg Olson, which are two of the most popular.
Mecklenburg County requires that you get a permit for certain outdoor livestock, such as chickens, and they recommend that you contact them before you build that chicken coop.
We knew we had to get a permit, and you have to fill out, it's a really short form, a little bit of paperwork with how many, and then they send somebody out, and I think it was even within the week, from animal control, just to check out where your coop is going to be.
And we will have an officer come out and conduct an inspection of their property to make sure that they're in compliance to have one.
Scoot.
In addition to that, the coop has to be 25 feet off of each property line. Now, on the form, you have to list all the abutting property owners that are right there next to you. The officer will actually conduct an interview with all of them.
And they collect that, just in case there are any complaints. We spoke to all of our neighbors in advance, and, as long as there's free eggs involved, nobody really has an issue with it.
In 2017, Charlotte Mecklenburg approved 54 permits for chickens, on pace with previous years. And if you're thinking about joining the flock of families with chickens, avoid winging it. Learn proper handling, such as hand washing after touching the birds or eggs. The Centers for Disease Control has seen a national uptick in salmonella outbreaks linked to live poultry. The bacteria can linger where birds live and can be brought in the house on shoes or pans. It can cause serious illness in humans. Joanne takes precautions to keep her family safe.
I don't want the children going in the coop with their shoes and then walking back into the house. So boots first, and then we change their water every day and just rinse out their water bowl. Probably about once a month, we give the coop a really good cleaning. And then we'll change out their nests. And really, that's it. It's not difficult. There is work involved, and it's dirty work, but, it's worth it.
Worth it to have farm fresh eggs right in the backyard.
It has a lot more taste to it.
And that's no joke. For Carolina Impact, I'm Sheila Saints reporting.
Thanks so much, Sheila. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, salmonella infections are linked to live poultry. In 2016, there were 42 cases reported in North Carolina, and in 2017, 46 cases, all linked to backyard flocks. Remember, you've got to have a permit to raise chickens in most area counties. Well, I know it doesn't feel much like summer around here these days, but we hope our series of reports will warm you up. Tonight, we bring you home to Charlotte, where beach music is alive and well. Over the years, the area has seen its fair share of shag clubs, but just one has stood the test of time, and to this date stands out as the Queen City's Shaggers Paradise. Carolina Impact's Jason Terzis has more.
1 and 2, 3 and 4, basic.
It's a Thursday night at Lynn's Dance Club in Charlotte.
Be sure that when he does that turn, you still push on his hand when he brings it up, so that you've still got that connection. Okay?
Kim and Tommy Beecham are conducting their weekly shag lesson.
Watch, guys. Just watch.
When he says guys, he means totally everybody, not just guys.
With a last name like Beecham, Kim and Tommy had better be good at teaching wannabe dancers how to shag to beach music.
The front of the basic, middle of the basic, and back. And that back is when you've got the strongest connection.
Kim and Tommy go over all the steps for beginners in an effort to get students to master basic steps.
They just took over for TK and Mary Robinette, who had been here 12 years. Just watch. Here we go. One more time. Watch.
5, 6, 1 and 2, 3 and 4. It's always good when you get somebody on the dance floor and encourage them to have fun, and all the while trying to teach them how to dance. And so if they have fun, you have fun, and they get it, and they have a good time doing it.
At 68, Tommy is a veteran of the U.S. Navy and a member of the Charlotte Area Shaggers Hall of Fame. He's been dancing his whole life.
And I don't drink, don't smoke, and I get high right there on the dance floor. I love to dance.
Taking their very first shag lesson from Kim and Tommy on this night, JT Earl and Catherine Dugan. JT's sister is getting married in June, so he wanted to learn some moves.
The lesson was amazing. I mean, in the first hour, I never thought I'd be doing the basic steps and turns and all of that.
It was hard, which I was hoping it wasn't going to be, but the teachers were both so funny and so helpful, so by the end of it, we definitely got the rhythm.
Shag lessons at Lynn's are how every Thursday night gets underway.
We're very fortunate to have such great instructors.
Then the real fun starts.
Thursday night is our biggest night.
Outside, good luck trying to find a parking spot in the main lot out front. Inside, tables fill up fast, and they even have reserved seating for VIPs.
There are different outlets and different places that you can go, but when you come here on Thursday night, it is so crowded and so packed, and people are having so much fun.
Lynn's is the official home of the Charlotte Shag Club, which formed in 1984, and these shaggers can't wait to hit the dance floor.
If you got a request, please come up and let me know. I'll be glad to get it over for you.
People know they can come to Lynn's on Thursday night every week, with the exception of a holiday, and it's going to be open with the Charlotte Shag Club group.
You got everything, all the ingredients that you used to find when you were down at the pad at OD, or name your favorite beach music club along the Carolina coastline. They're kind of recreating that atmosphere at Lynn's.
Tom Baer has owned Lynn's since 2011, but the club itself has been around for ages.
And I decided to take the challenge and try to continue on with it.
The crowd at Lynn's is slightly older than what you typically find at most dance clubs, but the energy level here is unparalleled.
I got friends my age that sit on the sofa and watch TV all day and night. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stay young. A lot of them are aging out. I refuse to age out.
They have more life in them than I normally do on a Thursdays.
They're killing it. They're killing it. Like, I would love to be their age, and not disrespectfully, but I would love to be that old and still rocking it like they do. Like, that's a dream of mine. That's a goal. Hashtag life goals.
Over the years, Charlotte has had its fair share of shag clubs, but Lynn's has outlasted them all.
We're trying to keep it alive because of the love for the music and the dance.
Lynn's has kept this music alive. They've kept shag alive.
A key ingredient to Lynn's success, its location, right off I-77 and Billy Graham Parkway on Tryon, making it fairly easy to get to from just about anywhere in town.
Number one, we have great parking. We have easy access to the interstate. We're on one of the main thoroughfares through Charlotte. We have some of the finest hotels within walking distance.
Each of those serve as reasons why Lynn's has people from all over coming to dance, with regulars coming from as far away as Columbia and Greenville, South Carolina.
We do have a regional draw, and it's mainly because of the fact that they don't have this in their town.
We're very lucky. We're very lucky to have this spot.
I didn't really expect all of this, didn't expect to see this in Charlotte, so it's awesome.
If you want a shag, Lynn's is the spot in Charlotte, every Thursday and Saturday night. For Carolina Impact, I'm Jason Terzis reporting.
Thanks so much, Jason. This series makes me want to learn how to shag. Well, Lynn's isn't just a beach music club. It has tango on Mondays, West Coast swing on Tuesdays, and various live bands and other themed dances. Well, we've got a link to its events calendar with this story on our website at pbscharlotte.org. Check it out. Last September, more than 100 of you showed up at our studios here at PBS Charlotte with some pretty unique items for our very first Carolinas Collectibles event. Our cameras were rolling, capturing some of the rare items folks brought for our friends from everything but the house to share verbal valuations with. We're turning this into a program similar to the popular PBS show Antiques Roadshow at the end of February. Producer Russ Hunsinger gives us a little preview.
This piece is probably about 1890 to 1910, and it's a fun little figural piece. It's called the Sad Radish, and actually on today's market, it's going for about $1,000 to $1,500.
Interesting.
So yeah,
Great.
just the goofy little face on it is what sells it. So.
Perfect, perfect. Well, thank you.
Okay, so Arthur brought in a very historical document for us to assess today, and it's signed by John Adams, the second President of the United States, and is dated 1799. This document references a territorial dispute that he's trying to work on and see if he can help in any way. The paper is correct for the period, and we would need to authenticate the signature, but we're fairly sure that it is what it appears to be, and the estimated value, Arthur, would be $2,000 to $3,000.
Well, that makes my day.
That makes his day.
Yeah, wow, that's terrific.
Yeah,
for a dollar investment.
This is a fantastically cut old European cut.
Thank you.
One of the most balanced ones I've seen in a while. Most of them were always very chunky. It was prior to the rotary saw being developed, so we didn't have the faceting structure or the ability to cut as well as we liked.
It really has very similar proportions to the modern Brilliant, which is mathematically the kind of the ultimate for the way a diamond will perform with light. So.
Okay. And approximately what year would you say?
Old Europeans were cut for, I mean, almost nearly a century and a half. And then some, I think.
Okay.
So really hard to pinpoint, but because of the mounting, the head looks like it was replaced to me. Because if you look, it's a modern head. At auction, I would probably put this between $8,500 to $9,000, approximately.
Great.
For a stone like that. So really, really pretty. Love it.
Thank you
Absolutely
very much.
Love it.
That's the painting. I got it at Goodwill for probably $5. It's worth a couple hundred.
It's Copeland Spode and considered to be good china, but the market is reasonably soft for china because the younger generation has less of an appeal to the China market than the older generation. The set might be in the range of $500 to $700.
So do you want to tell me a little bit about this and how you came to own it?
They're just two paintings that have been in the family since before I was born.
Okay, which was?
1948.
Okay.
Originally belonged to my grandparents. My grandfather was a policeman in New York City. And
Okay.
I presume he picked them up there.
Okay, well what we have here are two oils. They're delightful scenes. These are German scenes of monks. Both of them are signed 1907 by an artist named Edward von Grüchner. He's very famous for his German monk scenes, and he's pretty active in the late 1800s, early 1900s. And these probably dating at 1902, each would probably fetch on the market today around $2,000.
Lovely paintings, and that's what I like about them.
Yes, they're very delightful.
I never knew anything about the paintings except I liked them. Today I found out who painted them, when the man lived, and approximately how much they're worth. It was fun. It was great, and I learned what I wanted to learn.
Thanks, Russ. Don't miss our special Carolina's Collectibles show on Monday, February 26th at 9 p.m. Trust me, our area brought lots of treasures you'll want to find out about. Well, have you been watching season 2 of Victoria? How would you like to vacation like a queen? In our Victoria Sweepstakes, the grand prize is an ocean cruise to the British Isles for 2 adults this August. The itinerary includes stops in England, Ireland, Wales, Northern Ireland, and Scotland. To enter, head to our website at pbscharlotte.org. And don't forget, you can enter the sweepstakes daily through March 15th, so you're going to want to come back day after day after day to increase your chances of winning. Well, we're out of time. Thanks so much for joining us. We always appreciate your time. And we look forward to seeing you back here again next time on Carolina Impact. Good night, my friends.
a production of PBS Charlotte.